Decrepit Cronies of Old London Town by the Echo. National rules are formed in London. London is a unique beast, has chartered companies of influencers, still exerting their ancient powers to fuel greed. Trader, grocer, draper, fishmonger, goldsmith, skinner, mercer, haberdasher, salter, farroner, vintner, cloth worker, clockmaker, time slave, and commoner with fleas. Holders of the seats of influence and power. No wonder our world is now so sour. Let's look at our perceived priorities, on which all our lives now were founded. Traders, peddlers of tap to buy, touting trivialities far and wide, masters of the dodgy deals, out of the back of an unmarked van. Grocers, custodians of drugs and spices, supposed to prevent adulteration, but the King's Bean clearly went wrong, because we think ourselves too clever and strong. Drapers, custodians of woolen cloth, controlling who gets access to essential clothing to keep warm, with a resource monopoly, of course. Fishmonger, with influence on every sea, controlling sources of essential food. If you wish to eat today, you'd better keep them sweet. Goldsmith, custodians of the wealth, assaying wealth and counting coins, keep it locked up in pix chests, well away from all but toffs. Skinners, traders of skins and furs, dictating your class and worth. Only those with cash and title could wear ermine and sable, the rest of us reduced to skinning the local moggy or rabbit. Merchers, tailors of fine wares, and armour to play at war, the peddlers of pure vanity that separated rich from poor. Haberdashers, the make-up artists, adding ribbons, pins, hats and bows to disguise the deeper problems that the frills hide below. Salters, resourceful preservers, to make the most of all the seasons, if only salt was the only chemical now used in our food production. Foreigners, all the builders, from the vehicles to skyscrapers, romping through our raw resources with no thought of problems caused. Vintners, peddlers of distractions, booze and products intoxicating, once served in a glass or decanter, now omitted from media chatter. Cloth workers, keeping us in rags, acceptable labels for the masses, peddlers of false aspirations. Spend to rise above your stations. Clock workers of fine distinction, keeping track of all decisions, objectively making all life flow, within the grips of servitude, you know. Time slaves, the common people, worker ants with blinkered vision, scared of all the heavy layers that keep them scrambling in the midden. We did not choose this nonsense, we did not sign up for it. We were simply born into these systems set to demean. I choose not to follow, I choose not to bow, I choose to question why I should conform to guidelines designed to keep all commoners down. Water off a quack's back. In this world of subterfuge, where nothing quite makes sense, science will be the fall guy, religion the grenade pin. Politics will pass the buck, leave scholars holding the bag. The blame game will keep rolling until we cannot believe a thing. Scientists are constrained by funding, religion constrained by themselves. Politicians are running amok and getting away with it. Have faith in science for what it can explain. Do not ask them to be responsible for what you choose to participate in. Have faith in having faith, wherever you find your hope. It will help us all to heal, especially through dancing, playing, laughing and singing. Hold no stock in bigwigs educated to turn a blind eye, that see us all as cannon fodder and smile to hide their crimes. Smear faith and science, unless they conveniently agree. Trust your intuition, not all you hear on TV. Glide like a duck through water, not a slug trapped in its own slime. Fly when it is necessary, land when the coast is clear. Make a splash if need be, or hide in reeds obscured. But mostly we must learn to let lies flow over us like rain, like water off a quack's proverbial back. It will help you feel more sane. Oranges and melons, old habits rebranded. Oranges and lemons reimagined, refashioned. What does it show us about our current fashions? Has life got better or just different for debtors? Can we upend this if we are more courageous? Happy go up, happy go down, to ring the bells of London town. Churches spire up, look all around, illuminating our cornerstones of our entrenched core values. A lyrical map of old street life to guide the illiterate in every way to do the bidding of the crown. Oranges and melons, someone always wants paying. Bullseyes and targets, archers reap for the masters. Brickbats and tiles, green becomes concrete jungle. Halfpence and farthings, take taxes from the starving. Pancakes and fritters, grains portioned out as dinners. 2 sticks and an apple, where alarm bells are dismantled. Maids in white aprons, fresh food in small rations. Pokers and tongs, for those who've done wrong. Shut in the tower with heads raised up on prongs. Kettles and pans, grab your copper pots and plans, for old Father Baldpate has his harlots at play. You owe me 10 shillings, gangsters out chasing, the indebted, the junkies, the merchants and strays. When will you pay me? Said the lords of Old Bailey. When we grow rich? Begged the poor of Shoreditch. Pray when will that be? When they return rich from sea, pleaded the bells of St. Stepney to the Old Bailey. I do not know, chimed the great Bow Bell with woe, for those who have nothing can never break free from the sticky glue of poverty and the stings of the mighty. Or can we? There's so many groovy facts I could say about London. I just like the idea of there being 7 gates and them all going off to different places at the time when it was still a walled kingdom. So I've put together this little kind of sort of compass in words for you. Here we go. 7 gates in out of London town when the wall still existed. Which one to choose? Which path would have called to you? Perhaps the north. Walk through the Moorgate postern to the marshes of Walbrook Skulls, to the ancient wattling way leading up, up and away, to the cool lands of the north, ripe with tales of rebels, Romans and Boudicca, highwaymen, treachery and witches' brews, where charcoal burners lit the trees and mysteries filled the gloom. Or perhaps off to the east, off to St. Giles at Cripplegate, where the crippled could be healed, a truly miraculous place. Walk along the crooked mile, they built more than just this place. Off to the poor at Bishopsgate, beware your precious cargo. If heading to the eastern fens, do not flaunt your wealthy loot. You could end up in prison, be mindful what you do. Or off down towards the coast, off past old Father Aldgate and ladies of the night, on to Essex and the southern coast before you get lured in by a life of grime. Or maybe head off to the west, off towards the Aldersgate, the realm of scholars and grand institutions. Pious are the population who make passage through, but beware! Newgate prison is close by with its execution lair. This notorious Tyburn tree catches many debtors unaware. Or down towards the southwest, if you are down on your luck. Head for Dame Agnes at Ludgate, nesting on Ludgate Hill, she takes care of the ill. Not a charge for food and rest in her debtor's jail. London is still a kingdom, just without its walls. Why should an ancient kingdom have such power outside its walls? I hope you like that anthology, and I'd love it if you checked out some of my other poems. Thank you for listening. I have been the Echo S. Bye for now. Bye bye.